Hello students, welcome back you all. In this video, we are discussing about a new chapter that is tissue. Let's start. You have studied in the previous chapter the fundamental unit of life that all living organisms are made up of cells. Yes, and they are either unicellular or multicellular. As you know, unicellular organism is made up of only single cell which perform all the life processes such as respiration, intake of food, excretion, reproduction, etc. Yes, it means all the activities of unicellular organism are performed by the single cell only. Okay. On the other hand, multicellular organism is composed of a million of different types of cells. Yes, and each specialized function is taken up by a different group of cells. Kids, as different groups of cells or tissues are specialized in doing different job, any work is done much more efficiently compared to unicellular organism. Thus, a kind of division of labor exists in the cells of multicellular organism to perform a specific function. In general, tissue is a group of cells having similar structure and functions. Yes, plants and animals have different structures and functions. Thus, the tissue which they possess are also different. Okay. So, in this chapter, we have to study about two different kind of tissues. One is plant tissue, another is animal tissue. Before studying about any type of tissue, first we learn importance of tissues. So what our slide says, formation of tissues has brought about division of labor in multicellular organism. Means a particular function inside an organ is performed by group of cells or group of specialized cells that makes tissue. Yes, as you know now, when cells get together, they form tissues. Tissues in turn form organs and organ system. As a result of improved organization, multicellular organisms have higher survival. The plants and animals both have similar life processes like nutrition, respiration, excretion, etc. But they do not have similar type of tissues because of the dissimilarity in their organization, mode of living and lifestyle. Okay. So, for example, plants are fixed. That's why they require more of supportive tissues and most of their tissues are dead like bark, xylem, etc. On the other hand, animals are mobile and they can move, so they need extra or more energy than plants. That's why most of the tissues are living. Okay. Okay. Now, if we talk about nutrition in animals, they are heterotrophic and need a well-developed digestive system. Plants, on the other hand, are autotrophic, therefore need a different type of organization. Okay. Now, if we were talk about growth, plants have meristematic tissues which divides and make permanent tissues. On the other hand, the growth of animal is more uniform. So, meristematic tissues are absent in animals. Plant tissue is a collection of similar cells performing an organized function for the plant. Yes, on the basis of their development, plant tissues are basically classified into two main groups. First is meristematic tissue, another is permanent tissue. Here I am showing you a flow chart of plant tissues in which you can see meristematic tissues further divided into three types of tissues. These are apical, intercalary and lateral meristematic tissues. And permanent tissue are further classified into two types of tissues. These are simple and complex. Meristematic tissue. It's also known as dividing tissue. Yes, it's found at certain points in plants. So growth occurs at those points only like root tip and shoot tip. The cells of meristematic tissue divides continuously and help in increasing the length and diameter of the plant. Yes, and as they mature, they convert into permanent cells. Okay. Depending on the region where they are present, meristematic tissue is classified into three groups: apical, intercalary and lateral meristem. Now, let's discuss each of them. First type of meristematic tissue is apical meristem. They are found on apical portion of stem and root. Due to continuous division of these cells, plant grows in length, which is called primary growth also. Yes. Next is intercalary meristem. They are present at the base of leaves or internode, and they are responsible for growth of leaves and internode of the plants. Okay. And the last type of the meristematic tissue is lateral meristem. They are present on the lateral side of the stem and roots. Yes. And increase the thickness or diameter or circumference of the plant. Yes. So they are responsible for secondary growth of the plant. So in this video we have learned about meristematic tissue in detail, and now we know that meristematic tissue have the power to divide, and they are of three types. Yes, apical found in the apex of the root and stem, lateral meristem found in lateral side of root and stem, and intercalary found at the base of node or leaves in the plant. Yes, so in the next session we will be discussing about remaining part of this chapter.